Hey guys, Maggie here. So, did you hear the news? Thanks to Cultural Crave, seems that the Fantastic Four First Steps just officially announced that Sue Storm is going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four, and it's not Reed Richards. It's not going to be Johnny. It's not going to be the Thing. It's going to be Sue, and I'm going to talk about it. This is so controversial that I had to discuss this, you guys, and fans alike are not happy. So you got your money's worth when you realize the whole controversy, and I'm going to explain why is it really worth seeing this movie. And this is my opinion, folks. So don't question my opinion. It's just that I had to throw this out there. And thanks to Culture Crave by posting it on X. Thank you so much for bringing the news up. Oh boy. So you guys ready? So let's get to it. But before we do, you guys, if you guys really enjoyed the video, to like this video, share it with your friends and family, as well as subscribe to be part of my Hellfire Club. And please check the description down below to follow my social media platforms. As well, you guys, please subscribe to my husband, Kaim Kindred. Be part of his Wolfpack by checking his latest live streams, his cooking videos, and so much more. And I like to show you guys this incredible book cover that my husband is trying to promote his book called The Red Scar Violin. This book is incredible, you guys. You can get your copy, but here's the problem. We need a literary agent to get it out there in bookstores. So if you guys can find a real literary agent, like legitly, please give it contact. That this cover is incredible. This book is gonna knock your socks off. It has supernatural, it has mystery, horror, you name it. You will be dying to get this book right away, you guys. And what my husband says that he's willing to make it $14.99, and it's not that expensive. So he's willing to make it affordable and make it flexible. He's not going to do it on e-reader, unfortunately. He's going to do it only on soft covers and hard covers. So if you guys couldn't find a literary agent and you want to make sure you see that cover in your local bookstore, please give him a contact and make sure this agent gets a hand of it as well. All right, I love you, Kaimi. So let's get back to the whole issue with Sue Storm being the leader for the Fantastic Four. Let's get to it. So, thanks to Cultural Crave, they posted this on X saying that Sue Storm is officially now the leader of the Fantastic Four First Steps. So, you guys, how I feel about this, I'm not really wild about this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because the leader of the Fantastic Four has always, and I'm being honest, this is coming from Stan Lee's point of view, and it's coming from the comics, it has always been Reed Richards. I know it sounds crazy, you probably say Maggie, but no, she's always, you know, this feminist empowerment kind of woman. She's always trying to protect him. She has all these incredible force fields. She can be invisible. And, what does that do with me? You think that every, woman should be a leader in every MCU movie? I mean, come on. You're going to like put Black Widow or Scarlet Witch or Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, whatever the case may be, and they're going to be just the leader of the entire franchise. You can just say it out there, out of the ordinary, as much as you like, but it makes no logic sense. But what I'm saying is that who came up with this idea? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was this guy. Yeah, Kevin freaking Feige and the director of the Fantastic Four First Steps. They want Sue Storm to be the so-called leader because she has a voice. That's what I'm getting. Alright? So for any guy out there thinking that, oh, it's gonna be Reed Richards. Nope. Sorry, girlfriend. It's gonna be definitely Sue Storm within the picture. Yup. You know? Freaking believable. I'm telling you, this is going to be another MCU kind of scenario. And the reason why I'm saying like that is because it's a new term within the woke nonsense. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, guys. I wouldn't spend $20 freaking dollars or more. And since the ticket is going up, and I'm being honest with you guys, my dad has spent what, like freaking $68 for just me, my mom, and him for three of us. That's crazy, right? And it includes the whole tax, the fees, and all this crap. And it's like no wonder that MCU, the AMC, the Regal, and what was it, IMAX, all these movie ticket agency companies I could think of, they all went down, because all the fan base were going crazy, insane, and ticket sales went booming, supposedly. But what they don't realize, right, that this movie, The Fantastic Four First Steps, is going to be woke. And I had a hunch. I knew it was going to happen. I'm not born yesterday. Nope, I already knew it was going to happen. I really called it. It was nothing to do with the Silver Surfer. Well, technically it is, you know what I mean? So, like, for them to go not only like change the Silver Surfer to make Shalla have an appearance, but they're gonna have Sue Storm as the leader. Oh my god, wow. So it's gonna be another way to show that, women are gonna be more involved now. I get it. But how guys are gonna feel about it, They're gonna be, traumatized or something like out of the ordinary where they feeling like, what's going on? You know? You gonna change the whole story within Stan Lee's comic of the Fantastic Four like this? Really? Wow. Now I get the picture. You just wanna throw it out there. Great. That's all we need right now. Another woke MCU movie, within the fan base. That's just great. And how many audience are going to plan to see it? Maybe half the population, maybe? Because with all this crap going on, I don't know if anyone's going to be pleased about it. It's going to be probably empty seats because from what I'm reckoning, guys, I'm just pointing out theories here. I'm just knowing that it's either going to be a big hit or a big loss. Because either way, if they're going to be compared within the Spider Man movie with Tom Holland, I don't know if it's going to be knocking down the park. I don't think so. It's not going to be that close. You know what I mean? Ever since fans alike, including me and my husband Kaim, ever since we realized that Shalabal is going to make her debut instead of her husband, her lover, whatever you want to call him, you know, that shows you a lot that they don't want, to be comic book accurate. That shows you a lot because they think that, oh, the comic book industry is dying, the fan base is dying. Well, come up with a great story, stick with what Stanley wrote, what he designed. The guy literally wrote these incredible comics during the time of the Great Depression and during the time where the Holocaust came about. He just came with all these incredible stories, and you guys can like check out this incredible, what was it, like, drawing book that he made for everyone to like experience his kind of like design. And I got it myself for my Christmas present, and it's incredible. But for you to like spit at his grave because you think that you're entitled, you think that you knew the material, you don't. You already ruined freaking Captain America, Brave New World, right? The Eternals, Captain Marvel, the Marvels. I could go on and on about how the MCU has been going downhill, and don't get me started with She-Hulk. Don't even remind me. That is like included with the dumpster fire, and it's the truth. And the only thing that was satisfying for me, the only move that really, gave the MCU kind of a, you know, really big awakening was mostly like Deadpool and Wolverine. And maybe, and then this is my opinion, but and maybe a tad bit of the Thunderbolts. I could be wrong, but you're going to tell me in the comment section, like going ballistic, saying like, "Oh, Maggie, why are you comparing from Deadpool and Wolverine to the Thunderbolts? Those two movies are two different kind of like, you know, material." I'm saying, guys, I know that. But what I'm saying is that at least they have great story. That at least they have connected with the fans like us. Why can't they just do like that? But no, they went to like 360 and they decided to like make things worse by making, oh, we need to have a female leader, or we need to like have more involvement in life. We need to add this, add that, all this garbage. Forget what Stanley wrote. It's like, I, coño, you couldn't like do anything else. You couldn't like find better staff than know Stanley's material, his comics. Having great connection within the freaking comics. What's going on? Like, are we missing something here? Oh no, we gotta like do whatever is out of the hat, you know? Forget about Stan Lee, forget about his work. That's, long gone. That's what you guys are thinking, right? Right? Because it's totally obvious, you know? So this is on you, alright? I'm sorry that you had to go this far. I'm sorry that it's gonna be a massive disaster. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, seeing this Shia LaBeouf debut, I'm not really wild about it, okay? I don't care what this chick has in store. I don't care how she looks like. I don't care. I really don't. She doesn't scream to me that she's Silver Surfer material, especially looking at the freaking trailer itself, especially seeing a image up close. She doesn't scream Shia LaBeouf. It's like her hair is freaking slicked back. Like she has so much freaking gel within her hair, right? She has no curvature, like compared within the comics, which is true, right? And all I know is that Shia LaBeouf only makes what, like in 4 issues, six, seven, and she only like haunts her so-called lover, right? The Silver Surfer because she sadly dies, And for what I'm reckoning, I think that she's just gonna make massive appearances because they think in their minds that she has a big, broader appearance. Oh wow, she is gonna have more screen time. How original! They're gonna make her more screen time, like in the male version, like in what they did with the original Fantastic Four, the Rise of the Silver Surfer. They're gonna do that. They're gonna make her have more screen time, like in the movie, which makes no sense. I'm sorry. And don't get me started with the cast of the Fantastic Four first steps. We already know that Joseph Quinn and Vanessa, you know, whatever her name is, right, talked about questioning about their character sexuality. I don't want to go there. I really don't. That's on them. Wherever they want to start any controversy, that's on them. Because wherever the case may be, they want to question about something based on their character. That's on them. It's gonna fall flat. People are gonna, call them out on it. They don't really care. That's on them. As for Pedro Pascal, the guy is all over the place. He's like a walking, talking machine. He's like freaking Rachel Zegler 2.0. I hate to do that comparison to you guys. I hate to like call your so-called daddy the guy I frequently met at Shakespeare in the Park. I'm sorry to call him out on that, but it's the truth. The guy is freaking licking a freaking lighting stick on a rave party promoting The Last of Us season 2, right? Do you think that's normal? And then he's going all political. Then he's ruining his chances of getting his movie, The Fantastic Four. High chances of getting anywhere in the box office by getting any money. I haven't heard nothing from the actor who plays Ben Grimm. The Thing. I haven't heard anything from him. He's probably staying silent, which that's a good thing, I hope. Because all you have to do is promote your movie, stay silent about anything political or anything in general, because whatever happens in the real world stays in the real world. When you're trying to do a movie or a TV show, keep it simple, alright? Keep it where fans alike are going to enjoy it, and that's it. Make them have good hopes. Don't just divide fans. That's what they're trying to do, and it's really upsetting that you want to divide the community. That's not what we want. We want everyone to get along. We want everyone to not focus on what's happening in real life because we need to escape from it. And that's the whole point of it. Alright? I could be wrong, but at the same time, I am right on this because every time, if I want to see an MCU movie, not just by myself, but if my husband Kyle wants to see an MCU movie or a show, we want nothing relating to real life because it already happened too many times. Like freaking, Falcon and Winter Soldier and the She-Hulk, and it could so many things relating to the real life scenario within the MCU. Enough of that. We're not here to watch your real life documentary or your problems, what you had to deal with. You know, I don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. All right. But other than that, I just feel like, hopefully you guys spend your money, wisely because from what I'm seeing, like I said, a lot of the ticket sales have gone, crazy within this movie, and I don't like ruining you guys' bubble by doing saying this that you regretted that. I just know that you guys probably regret it. Unfortunately, that you knew that this is coming, where they want to make this movie woke. So kudos for you if you guys want to spend your money on that. That's on you. Good luck, realizing it was the circumstance. You tell me how the movie went because I'm not sure I'm going to plan to see it, but knowing my dad, he's always a big nerd when it comes to these Marvel movies because he's always wanted to plan to see this kind of thing. But I'm not really crazy about it. From what I'm looking through the trailer so far, and you guys can tell that it's another thing where they're going to have something similar to the comics, which I don't want to spoil, which they probably kind of spoil it towards the end, which we already know already that, Sue and Reed are going to start a family, stuff like that. We already knew. But this is just an expansion within the multiverse, the phase, that's going on. That's what I'm getting. And then we go on from saying that Doctor Doom's going to make some kind of appearance because they saying that, oh, he's not going to make an appearance in the Fantastic Four, but he will in the freaking post credit, like everything else does. Like hello, we already knew that from the very beginning. That's why he probably hired RDJ to make a small idiotic appearance within space or something. That's what you're gonna do, right? And all the fans are gonna be cheering like crazy, like oh my god, RDJ, you make an appearance, yay! Oh great, more money for him, I guess. Just make this small little cameo, and then we go from Avengers Doomsday and the rest of the Avengers crap that they're going to come up with because we don't hear anything else within the community, that's for sure. So we get this. Oh boy. But just to conclude this, I'm just gonna say, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this movie and you tell me about it, when it comes out. I just know that I just wish they didn't make, this situation where they decide to make Sue Storm the leader. It makes no sense. But that's just me. Alrighty, guys, I'm just putting it out there. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts about Sue Storm being the leader of the Fantastic Four. I'm gonna hear your thoughts in the comment section. And again, you guys, like I said, in all my videos, if you guys really enjoyed it, like this video, share it with your friends and family, as well as subscribe to be part of my Halfway Club. And of course, you guys, please follow my social media platforms, as well as subscribe to my husband, Kaim Kinner, okay? Love you, Kaimi. So, as you help our leader, Megan Egan, the Walking Dead Fango 27 self. See you guys next video. Love you, Kaimi. Peace out.